The so-called party of personal responsibility is continuing to shift the blame from the Epstein cover-up onto quite literally everyone except Donald Trump. And now, of course, Karoline Leavitt, Donald Trump's press secretary, is leading the charge to blame everyone else instead of the guy who's actually calling the shots. At a recent press conference, Karoline Leavitt said this: "The president has said if the Department of Justice and the FBI want to move forward with releasing any further credible evidence, they should do so. As to why they have or have not or will, you should ask the FBI about that." So, here's what Leavitt is telling us. This is not a Trump decision. He told everybody else, if y'all want to do it, then you need to do it. And they haven't done it. The DOJ hasn't, the FBI hasn't. Go talk to the FBI. So she is effectively throwing Attorney General Pam Bondi, FBI Director Kash Patel, and FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino under the bus. And those three, Patel and Bongino, have been fighting with Bondi. Bondi's been fighting with them. So you've got these two factions that already hate each other. And Leavitt's like, actually, it's all three of them that are covering all of this up. It's not Trump. He said, please release it. So you've already got this little smoldering fire over here that actually kind of erupted to the point where Dan Bongino just didn't show up for work and everybody thought he quit. Trump staffers had to call CNN to ask if he had quit. So you got a little smoldering fire now. And Karoline Leavitt walks up, dumps a bucket of gasoline on it and says, have fun, a-holes, right? Jesus Christ. And then in the same press conference, a reporter asked another question about it, and she asked specifically, was the FBI ordered to flag any Epstein documents that mention Trump's name? And Leavitt said, I don't believe that's something the White House was aware of. You'd have to ask the FBI. Again, we're not to blame for any of this. This is all the FBI. Kash Patel over there is doing whatever the hell he wants to do. We don't know what he's doing. We don't know why he's doing what he's doing. We don't know if he's going to stop doing what he's doing and do what we said he could do. Right? Because all of that makes total sense, Karoline. You're not contradicting yourself or throwing everybody else under the bus to save Trump. No. You're just telling it like it is, right? You're just a straight shooter. Here's the thing. If we are to take Leavitt's comments at their word, then what she is actually telling us is that Donald Trump is not in charge. So which is it, Karoline? Is Donald Trump the all-knowing, all-powerful guy that can get anything done that he sets his mind to? Or is he, in fact, a victim of this deep state from people who swore they were going to get rid of the deep state? And they're actually the ones who make decisions, and Donald Trump is just a powerless little cuck, right? Which one is it? Because it's one of those. You're either lying and Trump has all the power, which is what she's doing, or we take your comments at face value and you're telling us that Donald Trump has no power and he's just a spineless little guy and he's just a victim like everybody else and he can't order anybody to do anything. Gee, Karoline, you didn't realize you backed yourself into a corner that badly, but you did. So I would love it if a reporter would go up there and ask her that question as she's throwing everybody else under the bus. Is Trump actually the one you're covering for? Or is he just a powerless, spineless little freak? If you've ever wondered how scammers get your phone number or why your inbox is flooded with spam, this is why. There are companies called data brokers that sell your data. They do it without your consent, and they make billions of dollars selling it to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. And while they're legally required to remove your info if you ask, they make the process confusing and hard on purpose. That is why I recommend today's video sponsor, Aura, to my family and friends. They take care of the hard part, automatically removing your info from these sites and keeping it off. Aura is all-in-one digital security. You may already have a digital security tool, but not having Aura is like locking the front door but leaving the back door open. Aura gives you alerts if your personal info is found anywhere on the dark web. They have real-time fraud alerts for credit and banking, 24/7 monitoring to help keep your identity secure. They also offer a secure VPN, antivirus, password manager, and so much more. They have US-based support available around the clock if anything at all goes wrong. And if anything does happen, Aura includes $5 million in identity theft insurance protection. And they have US fraud experts ready to help 24/7. It's one app with every layer of protection. I don't want to leave myself vulnerable online, and you shouldn't either. And that's why I personally use Aura. And you can try it for yourself. Go to aura.com/Farron to try 14 days for free. That's enough time for Aura to start scrubbing your personal info off these data broker sites without you having to lift a finger.